This class we're going to see about the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system complex than male reproductive system because in addition to the gamete formation it has to nurture the developing fetus. Female reproductive system consists of pair of ovaries. It is the primary organ and it produces ovum along with pair of oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina and external genitalia. These organs are accessory organs located in the pelvic region. These parts along with the mammary glands and integrate structurally and functionally to support the process of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, childbirth and childcare. And the picture is female reproductive system. So the female reproductive organs are, it will be made for the purpose intercourse, fertilization, pregnancy and childbirth. Ovaries. Two solid elliptical shaped structure. The length of the ovary is 2 to 4 cm, located one on each side of the lower abdomen. Ovary is covered by cuboidal epithelial cell, otherwise known as the germinal epithelium, which encloses the ovarian stroma. Below the germinal epithelium, dense connective tissue is seen. It is known as tunica albuginea. Stroma is differentiated into two regions, outer cortex, inner medulla. Outer cortex, dense and granular due to the presence of ovarian follicles in various stages of development. Inner medulla, loose connective tissue is abundant, blood vessels, lymphatic vessel and nerve fibers. Then they are attached to the uterus by mesovarium ligament. Ovaries have two main functions. One is store and release of ova or female egg cell. They are largest cell in the female body. Some of the ova disappear, others are dormant until each is ripened and released after puberty. Second one, produce female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. The given picture is diagrammatical view of female reproductive system. Female accessory organs, fallopian tube, uterus and vagina. Fallopian tubes. Fallopian tubes otherwise known as uterine tubes or oviducts. Each fallopian tube extends from periphery of the ovary. The proximal end of the fallopian tube is funnel shaped, is known as infundibulum. Two tubes attached on either side of the uterus. Edges of infundibulum have many finger-like projections is called the fimbriae. It helps to collection of the ovum after the ovulation. Infundibulum leads the wider center portion, ambula. Last portion of the fallopian tube is isthmus. Functions of fallopian tube. The oviducts carry the egg cell towards the uterus and sperm cells carry towards the egg cell because fertilization takes place in the upper third of the oviduct. Uterus. A size of the uterus is piston. A hollow, thick-walled muscular organ, highly vascular and inverted P-shaped structure, lying in the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and rectum. Major part of the uterus is body, and above the region of body, that is the superior region, it is called as fundus. Uterus open into the vaginal through the narrow cervix. Wall of uterus. It has three layers of tissues. Outermost thin membranous serous layer called the perimetrium middle thick layer myometrium, inner glandular layer endometrium. Endometrium undergoes cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle, while myometrium exhibits strong contraction during the parturition. Uterus has one main function to protect and nourish a fetus. Cervix. Cervix is the neck or opening of the uterus. Uterus cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal. So it communicates with the vagina through the external orifice and with uterus through the internal orifice. Cervical canal along with the vagina form birth canal. It stays tightly closed during the pregnancy but thin and open for the delivery of the baby. Vagina. Vagina is a large fibrous muscular tube that extends from the cervix to exterior. It the female organ of the copulation. The vaginal wall are made up of many small folding of the membrane that stretch greatly to accommodate a baby during the birth. Female reproductive structure that lies external to the vagina are called external genitalia. It comprises of labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris. Bartholin glands, greater vestibular gland, otherwise known as. It is located posterior to the left and right opening of the vagina. They secrete the mucus to the lubricate of vagina. It is homologous to the bulbourethral gland of male. Scinis gland. It is located on the anterior wall of the vagina and around the vagina and around the lower end of urethra. They secrete the lubricating fluid. They are homologous to prostate gland of male. External opening of the vagina is partially closed by the thin ring of tissue hymen. It is often torn during the first physical union. However, in the some women retain intact. It can be stretched or torn due to the sudden fall or jolt and also during the strenuous physical activities such as cycling, horseback riding, etc. Therefore, cannot be considered as an indicator of the women virginity. Mammary glands. Modified sweat gland present in both the sexes. It is rudimentary in the male and functional in female. That means during the lactation period they produce milk in female. So it is located in thoracic region. It contains glandular tissues and variable amount of adipose tissue with a median nipple surrounded by a pigmented area called as a areola. Several sebaceous glands called the areola gland are found in the surface of that nipple because it reduces the cracking of the skin in nipple. The given picture is upper half it will be a non-lactating breast and the lower half it will be given lactating breast. Internally, each mammary gland consists of 2 to 25 lobes separated by the fat and connective tissue. Each lobe is made up of lobules which contain acini or alveoli lined by epithelial cells. Cells of alveoli secrete milk. It open into mammary tubules. Tubules of each lobe join to form a mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ambula, which is connected to the lactiferous duct in a nipple. Under the nipple, each lactiferous duct expands to form a lactiferous sinus. So it is the reservoir of the milk. Each lactiferous duct opens separately by minute pore on the surface of the nipple. Normal development of the breast begins at puberty and progress with changes during each menstrual cycle. In non pregnant women, the glandular structure is largely underdeveloped and the breast size is large due to the amount of fat deposition. The size of the breast does not have any influence on the efficiency of lactation.